Welcome to Love and Peace Companies. Welcome to Love and Peace and Companies Live. Yeah, I'm very happy that today we will be talking about your vision. Last week, I'd been talking about how to create your success journey. And the most important thing to start a success journey is to know where you want to go. There were many great people who had a vision, maybe to create something that we now call electricity. Others wanted to find a shorter way from Europe to India. I think you know whom I'm talking about. So they all had a vision. And when we talk about success and to kind of plan your success journey for this year, it's really very important to have a vision. So where is the way leading to? What is your, let's say, bigger goal that you want to reach? So my vision, for example, is to have more peace, especially in companies. My experience is that there's still, let's say, a lot of maybe struggle, conflicts in companies. Sometimes also people who don't trust each other, who are jealous, who try to, to get rid of people. And it's not, in some company, it's not, let's say, a lot of appreciation and peacefulness. So that's my vision. What's your vision? What is, let's say, the bigger goal or the bigger aim that you're reaching for? I realized that when I finally had found my vision, that I was much more focused on what I was doing. I was not procrastinating so much any longer because I know and I knew why I'm getting up in the morning. And I know that I have goal and also purpose, and for me that's really worth to reach it. And so with this vision, at the beginning of each year I can decide which might be or which will be my next steps. And about one of my next steps I will talk in a while. So the question is, if maybe you have not yet found your vision, how can you find it? I found my vision not instantly. It was more a process. I've been working a lot as coach in different companies and also as a teacher at different universities. And I was talking about communication, team development, leadership, cross-cultural business topics, project management. And it was more that, let's say, it was each one separate topic. And then after a while, I realized that what is really important for me is to have this peace in companies and to also support people how to become more peaceful in order to lead happier lives and also to be much more successful entrepreneurs. For me, a good way to create my vision was also to meditate and to spend time in nature. This always kind of gives me maybe some support, and also gives me the opportunity to kind of let my thoughts flow and not to be kind of limited on my to-do lists that I also have on my desk. Sometimes, and I also appreciate this, people are going to, let's say, kind of a retreat for several days to contemplate on what's really important for them, what's really, let's say, their inner calling, what they have the impression that really they should do it. So those are possibilities to find the vision. Another one is, and I did it as well, I contacted people who supported me on my journey, who listened to me and who coached me and who it wasn't that they gave me a concrete advice, but they were kind of reading between the lines of what I was saying. And with this information, it was much easier for me to really find my vision. And that's also something that I do with my coachees and with the teams I'm working with, that we are talking about the vision, about a kind of a bigger goal that should be achieved in this company or in this team. Yeah, and the next thing is, when you found your vision, it's so important to take action. It doesn't has any purpose if I just have a vision without taking action. When I think of Edison with the electricity, it is said that he needed about 10,000 attempts to really find the electricity. And it would be different if he hadn't taken so many steps to really find what he was looking for. So action is a really very important step. For me, at the beginning, the question was, where do I start? And at this point, again, it was helpful for me to connect to other people, to coaches, or to people who had already been there where I wanted to go, to ask them for advice. It's also important to talk to different people and to also find people who are supportive. It can also help to talk to people who ask critical questions. The most important thing is that if you hear critical questions, that it doesn't prevent you from going the path that you want to go to realize your vision. So in this case as well, other people can give valuable support to really take the first steps, and also on steps to reach the bigger goal. And that's one thing that I have learned, that it's good to connect to like-minded people. I've also learned during my different works that the higher you get in the hierarchy of a company, the fewer the people are with whom you can talk about your ideas, with whom you can share your ideas. And for me, it was always very helpful and supportive to have a group of people who also wanted to reach their goals and who also wanted to support me with great questions, with critical questions, with concrete tips and hints what I could do, and also to support me when maybe I wasn't that convinced, or when I had tough times and when I wasn't sure that I was really on the right path. So that's why I really love those mastermind groups. And starting from this year, there is a mastermind group, especially for spiritual female entrepreneurs. So now you can ask yourself, oh, so why is she concentrating on female spiritual entrepreneurs? The answer is that I have the impression that in these tough and also rough times, it's really good to connect to people who have the same challenges. And in another step, I also want to have more mastermind groups with male and female and diverse groups. At present, I'm thinking of spiritual female entrepreneurs because I have the impression that we have times where we have polarization. When there is a polarization, it's good to find something to get these different parties so that they can connect. And in my opinion, spirituality really helps to connect people, to know that we are here, that everything is for a greater purpose, and that is not only this working 9 till 5, but that it's so important to have another atmosphere here, to have another culture. And yes, I know that I know a lot of men who have a similar mindset, and at the same time, as I also have the impression that it's very important to to see the female aspect in each of us, to kind of support especially female spiritual entrepreneurs. So if you're interested, I'll be very happy to hear from you. You can book your free call. And even though if you are not a spiritual female entrepreneur, you can still connect me and can let me know which kind of group you would like to have. It's so important to be connected today, to learn from each other, to give advice to somebody who needs advice. And I also know that in these groups, there is a certain confidence. Everything is confidential, and people are much more willing to really support the other person and to be there in times of struggle, in times of sadness, in times of uncertainty. I'm convinced that we are now living in times of cooperation instead of confrontation. And to really support this cooperation, I'm offering these groups, and we will meet on a regular basis. We will talk about things that are good. We'll talk about challenges. We'll talk about how each of us can support and help the other person, so that we will all contribute to another spirit in this world. I'll be happy to hear from you, also to get your comments and to get an idea of what is in and on your mind in these times, and what you think, what you need to be better prepared to kind of cope with the challenges that we face at present. I'm wishing you all the best wherever you are, for the day, for the week. And I'm so much looking forward to hearing or reading from you. You can find me. You can also contact me on the media where I'm streaming live. It's on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And you can also send me a message over there. So have a great time, and see you next week on Wednesday for the next stream of Love and Companies Live. Take care.